Hello, everybody. I haven't made a video in a little while, and yeah, I'm not gonna elaborate on that one right now. So, I was driving around the car today, and just driving it around because I put in some fluid that's supposed to clean out like the engine oil because it's a little old, almost like 146,000 miles, so it's a little bit up there in age. And I was listening to some music, and as I was thinking to myself that, like, I think I'm just becoming more self-aware of my own actions. Just thinking to me, acting stupid sometimes to um, minimize the consequences of my actions, at least how I perceive them to myself, which is a little weird, because like I can think back to lots of times where I've done that. Um, that was like, you never realize like how stupid your coping mechanisms are for stress until you look back and you see them in action. And that was pretty silly. That was pretty silly indeed, getting to see that one like appear just like in my life, like a very real thing that happened. And I think I just played it down as dumb. I'm not referencing one specific thing. I'm thinking of like multiple times along the whole like span of my life. Uh, and then there was that I just don't like the way that I'm being treated by some of the people that I know now. Like, they're all people, but so am I. I'd see, I don't know if this one is like necessarily like a real gripe that I have with anything that's going on in my life, or if this is just like me pushing my own insecurities about myself onto other people to blame for that. Like, oh, it's your fault that I did something badly, or that I recognize something that happened in a different way. And that's just a little silly, isn't it? Like, looking back at it now, it's kind of interesting because I could only look through this through my own lens, and my own lens has not ever. Excuse me. I need some water. Um, my own lens has never really picked up on anything that sort of sounds like that, but like in retrospect of previous situations, I have not felt the most comfortable in those times. But see, is that is that coping? Is that coping? Or is that me playing dumb? Or is that them? Like, there's multiple ways that I could look at it. Like, I'm just second guessing myself, which is pretty silly. I guess I like being self-aware, don't I, huh? I love being self-aware, but I'm unable to tell the difference of when I need to be serious or if I started that off completely wrong. but I'm unable to tell myself to take a situation seriously, and I just sort of act like an idiot to avoid consequences, at least perceived consequences for myself. That's just a little bit of the interesting stuff that's been going on right now. I don't really have a mood. There's no there's nothing on your circular pillow that I could point to describe a specific emotion. Like, I'm just thinking about the therapy pillow that would like be a circle, and you'd like start broad and you get out into like very specific words circling the edges. There's not one of those on there that I think I could put my finger on that would exactly describe how life feels right now. But I can't say it's bad. I can't say it's bad. I thought of an analogy that I thought pretty well described. I thought pretty well described the situation that I was in while I was just getting out of the shower. It was, I'm like, this is stupid. I'm like a medium rare steak. Like, sort of well done, but sort of not well done. And in this exact situation, I couldn't put my finger on what rare exactly would taste like or feel like, because there's no there's no grounded idea of what rare would mean, if it would mean good or if it would mean bad. See? See, isn't that silly and dumb? Uh, I bet you're chuckling right now. Um, it doesn't. It didn't feel like it was been 7 minutes at all. Yeah, no, just day by day becoming more frequently aware of my own thoughts and others. I'm not even like conscious to most of the things that I do when I think that I start to understand other people. There was a situation at work where I told my coworkers, because they had asked what my body count was, and I said 6, and the two of them were guys, uh, and they were like, "What?" They didn't believe me. But later on in the day, I made a joke about not cleaning my ass in the shower because it was gay. And so the one other guy there were two of them in the car that I told about the guys, and then there was another one that was in the car. I told the other one that it was gay to wash your ass in the shower because you're putting your hand in your butt crack. And that was pretty funny. That was pretty funny to me. I don't think they understood exactly why I said that, because it, I don't know if you look, maybe they didn't remember that because it's not super important. But it was funny. It was funny to me because with previous context involved, uh, aforementioned context involved, you would understand why I said it was gay. Um, that was pretty funny. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I said I liked the woman's stroller, and then I asked her what her baby's name was. Um, and she got quite bothered by that. And then I was made fun of at the car, and that was quite the silly moment. She said she wasn't interested, but I asked what the baby's name was. I think I made it sound like I was. I think when I said it to her, it sounded more like, "What is your name?" When I was more interested in what she named her baby, because me and my coworker were having a conversation about whether it was weird to ask a woman what her baby's name was. Like, you can ask a person what their dog's name is, and it's not weird, but you ask a, a baby, the owner of a baby that cannot speak English or speak for itself, what their name is, and he said that you probably shouldn't do that because it's weird. And I was like, it's not weird. This is like a normal thing. And then it wasn't a normal thing. I don't know. I thought it was. I still think it is. Like, I don't know. People are always frequently talking about how much they love their cars, but if you love your child just as much, wouldn't you want to tell everybody everything about them? Because that's what one of my coworkers at King's at the grocery store did. Where he would talk about his kid nonstop, and he liked telling stories and like explaining how much the baby weighed, which is like a weird concept to me because it doesn't determine a whole lot. I mean, if the baby is like particularly particularly like small, then I guess you're not eating a whole lot. But if it's particularly large, then I guess you were. But if it's just somewhere in between, I guess it doesn't really matter. All right. Well, it's 1 in the morning. I wake up at 9 ish. I need 8 hours of sleep. If I want to wake up at the right time, I need to walk upstairs and get myself a glass of water because my throat is very dry at the moment. Actually, yes, I think I may just go do that. Uh, I let this video upload. And if you were wondering what I was talking about in the beginning, when I said that I just wasn't going to bring it up, I'm not wearing pants. Goodbye.